his speech, he didn't tell me. So, Vinnie is Toastmaster from Rubina.
Yes. I'm of Italian background, and after Andy's thing, I'm afraid to do anything with my hands. I've been slapped quite a few times. I didn't realize why. The title of my speech, I hate calling this speeches because I'm a comedian, I'm an entertainer, but it's called You Are Amazing. So I have a question. Growing up, how often were you told that you're amazing? None. Anybody in here, by applause, how often, if you were told a lot by your parents that you're amazing? A few of you, okay. Well, I'm going to, for the next several minutes, just tell you how amazing you are, because, and it's not an American thing like, oh, let's woo, woo, woo. We are all amazing. If we go back to a time when mom and dad got together and had a little bit of fun, and the chemical reaction, I know some of the younger ones are going, no! But if they didn't get together, we wouldn't be here. Well, what took place there is a biochemical response took place, where certain cells from dad and certain cells from mom got together and boom, were created. Just the fact that had to happen. If we look back on, if mom and dad didn't get together, we wouldn't be here. If our grandparents didn't get together, mom and dad wouldn't be here. If great-grandparents didn't get together, grandparents wouldn't be here. So if you just look back on your own family tree of looking at how many people had to get together, and it had to be a certain, connection, otherwise we wouldn't exist. So when you go back in your ancestral family tree, a lot of people had to get together and have fun in order for us to come out. How amazing is that? Now we look at sperm and egg come together, and in 9 months' time, this body gets formed. This perfect baby. And majority of the times, everything works like clockwork. On occasion, there are certain things that we're born with, but for the most part, the majority of us, we're functioning pretty well. How amazing is that? Now, does anybody know how many cells make up a living human body? How many trillions? It's estimated between 50 and 70 trillion cells, all working in harmony to allow us to function. Now, how many have come from a family of about 4 or 5? Okay. How harmonious was that family of 4 or 5? Reasonably. Okay. Now, let's look at it this way. If your body functioned the way your family functioned, how healthy would you be? Now, this is a family that you're born into that you love. Now, there's different families that are dysfunctional, some more so than others. But if your body functioned the way that your family did, you wouldn't be as healthy as you are. So how amazing is this body where 70 trillion cells get along? For the most part, work in harmony. Now, what happens when it doesn't work in harmony? What do we call that? Disease. We call it being sick. Now, I'm a chiropractor by trade, and also, actually, I liken myself to be, I'm a comedian trapped in a chiropractor's body. So I have a lot of people that come in, and sometimes they're not well, or they've been to the medical doctor, got pills, potions, and lotions, and they're still not right. But what I see is that all these 70 trillion cells, they need to talk to one another. They need to communicate. As Andy was saying, sometimes if you use the wrong sign language, a part goes, that's it! I'm not going to listen! Well, what controls all that? Does anybody know what controls all the systems in the body? Well, exactly. Very good. How does the brain get the messages from there to all the cells in the body? The nervous system. Now, do you know what part is the central core control center of the whole nervous system? Bingo. So when people go, something bothering you, put it to the back of your mind. Guess where it goes? Back here. Now, what happens as we age? Our physiology, the body changes a little bit, doesn't it? So what I look at is over time, you just sat up tall. You know how mom said when you were a kid, oh, stop slouching, sit up, sit up. And you try to sit, but your body just wants to do this. A lot of times it wants to do that because the wisdom of the body, which took the sperm and the egg and organized everything, it's going, I'm overloaded. I need to chill out a little bit. What happens over time, if it doesn't reset itself, we start to get that old age thing where, it's how we walk. How does that happen? It's all emotional, mental, chemical, physical demands that life throws at us. I haven't met one person in the world who's had a life that's a complete walk in the park. Have you ever met anybody with, nothing's ever happened, every day is happy? It doesn't exist. So each of us have been impacted. Now what I see when someone walks down the street is how life has impacted them. So when you see someone like this, and they're walking like that, and you ask them how old they are, which is not a great question to ask a woman, and they go, I'm 25. Ooh, they've had a tough life. So how can the body reset itself? Well, yes, you can come and see me, that's something else, but to give you something, because this is a free lecture, that you can do whenever a symptom comes up, and we've been socialized that symptoms are bad. How many people have a car? If one of those lights go on in the car, what does it mean? Check it out, or it's not going to work. That's all the symptom is in the body. Excuse me, check this out. Unfortunately, my body can't speak English. It speaks symptoms, it speaks pain, it speaks loss of function. What to do? Best thing, like a coach. Time out, sit down, cup of water, cup of tea, chill out. What does the body need? What does it want? And if you talk to it, if you just sit there, it will speak to you intuitively. It'll say, I need some time off. It'll say, I need a holiday. It'll say, I need some chocolate ice cream. So a quick thing that you can do for yourself, I call it the 4 A's. The first thing is it gets your attention, right? So as soon as it gets your attention, it's like a screaming child. Those of you that have children are like, ah! You stop cooking, you go and you pick up the child. Why? Because it wants its attention. What do you next do? Trying to calm it down. So you hold the child. What eventually happens, the child calms down, and it can reset itself. Same thing for yourself. You get the attention, you hold the area that's hurting, and allow yourself to breathe. Because when we're stressed out, we don't breathe. I know I'm already over time here. Acknowledge what's going on. It hurts. It's like a stabbing pain. As soon as you acknowledge it, appreciate it for being there. You're a living person. Living people experience those things. Living people breathe. When was the last time you were at a funeral and the corpse got up and go, boy, you think you're having a lousy day. Let me tell you about my back. It doesn't happen. By just appreciating it and allowing it to be there, and you let go into it, the body will actually start to self-correct. Anytime you go to a doctor and they give you a medicine, it's not the medicine that heals. It's your body that heals. The medicine will give an assistance to it. The surgery, if you need surgery, that'll give an assistance to it. But who does the healing? The power of the body. It's amazing. You are amazing. So this has been a great opportunity to chat with you guys. Keep remembering, look in the mirror in the morning and go, I'm amazing. Well, not that Vinny's amazing. I already know that. You're amazing. And your body's amazing. For those of you that are new to Toastmasters, the whole idea is to just get up and share. And you do it at a party all the time anyway. Thank you very much. Thank
you, Vinnie. I never ever asked for your sis to be amazed with what's all those speeches.